means that every day when I wake up, I'm like, okay, I got to put out 3 things today, like, I need 3 ideas. I need to execute on 3. That's a lot. So the way I thought about it was once a day, I have to put out something, right? That's like the main piece of friction is putting out that one thing, showing up once, whether it's something I've already created or whether like I need to go film today, one video and then put it out. And usually with that requirement, I end up making more anyway, because for me, once I'm in that filming mood, I will probably film 2 or 3 videos anyway. So my mindset was always post once a day and then I would end up getting 2 or 3 videos out of that.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same way. And like yesterday, I posted so many videos and I'm like, what am I doing? But then it's like the more content out there, the more people you're going to get eyes on you. Like, I don't know. It gets so complex. Some people really say the opposite. So it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it goes back to what we've been saying this whole time is just believing in yourself, and the choices you make will make sense for you and it'll work for you if it's meant to. Like you don't have to follow all the specifics. And that's something that I've kind of let go of too. I'm like, I don't know how to use hashtags. I don't know. Like it's just so complicated with all the different people saying things. So
Yeah.
is there like a couple questions, either like directly or on your comments, that you get from creators or people who want to be creators, like common questions?
First of all, I would say like this is a post I just recently made, but it's on my mind based on this topic. Is like, um, in my opinion, there is no world where if you put out like 1,000 of your thoughts or ideas into the world, like that you won't find people that connect with it. And 1,000's a lot, to be fair, but truly, if you have 1,000 thoughts or ideas, which you already do in your mind, like you already have had 1,000 thoughts or ideas, you might think they're uninteresting or basic, but there's no world where if you don't put them out in any form, like Twitter, a TikTok, an Instagram story, that you won't find people that are like, me too. Like so many of us have universal experiences. So that's just one comment. But in terms of like questions I get a lot, I do get a lot of questions like algorithmically, like what is TikTok prioritizing or hashtags or things like that. I kind of let go of those too. Like I don't at the end of the day, you can hack all of those. You could do the perfect hashtags, the perfect amount of like the perfect length of video, all of that stuff and still not succeed because the actual content isn't good. Like that to me trumps every other like logistical thing, like what time should I post or how many posts or things like that. Like at the end of the day, if the content is good, you have a much better chance at succeeding. So yes, I do hashtags. I have my own hashtag. I do hashtag KDX socials on everything, and that's just my theory that I don't know, like I feel like it'll attract my audience. That I don't know. Like see, I can't promise that it's working, but I have seen other people use my hashtag too. So maybe it does work, but I think at the end of the day, like my focus is putting out good content. For me, it's in talking form, like me saying cool concept, cool ideas, or saying it in a cool way, an entertaining way, is more important than like what time I like. I'll post at 2 in the morning. I don't really care, because for me that's a piece of friction. Like if I'm gonna say I can't post at 2 a.m., then I'm just not gonna make the post. Then I'm making less posts. So I've trumped that.
Right. And I think you can make a bunch of different videos on the same type of topic anyways. So if like a video doesn't do well, or you do post that at 2 a.m. and nobody sees it, which the world is on TikTok, so I can't really believe that people wouldn't see it. I don't know. But to kind of go off of your other point, I made a video when I was really starting to change my mind about this and be like, F it, let's just go for it. And it was that
Mm-hmm.
the world is so big. If you think about it that way, how many people are in the world? You think that nobody would identify with you or resonate with you. It's just a matter of finding those people. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a huge like hurdle for a lot of people getting into this type of thing. And when I say content creation, I basically just mean videos and creating stuff on TikTok. But being a content creator, people are like, well, this is like a weird thought or whatever. But for example, I post about being authentic, like confidence, loving your life, pivoting in the world, or pivoting in your life, motherhood, like specific things. And I, of course, post a video ranting about those graduation signs on people's lawns because I think that's
Mm-hmm.
dangerous. And I saw one for kindergartner, and I was like, "What the heck?" So
Wait, I
I
feel like I might have seen that TikTok.
there
I
was a
totally
lot
saw
of
someone ranting about that.
yeah, that was me probably
Oh
because
my
now
gosh.
everybody is commenting on it, and it's going like viral, and I'm like, "Of course." Like, of course.
Yeah.
So you just have to post things, you know? But now I'm
Hmm.
like, shoot, I don't want to be known as like a person that rants on TikTok. You know what I
To
mean?
be fair, I do think rants can do really well because they're drawing out of like the natural way people speak. Like when you rant naturally and you just let yourself share it, like you're probably showing up better than when you script something and set it
Yeah,
up, you know?
it was
So,
definitely like
yeah.
a polarizing type of hook. I was like, never
Uh-huh.
in I just sounded so aggressive, which is so not me, and I'm like, "Damn it, I can't recreate that." Like, so but people I mean, I think that just lends to the fact that just post anything because I mean, even though I'm not that person, like, I'm sure people um, looked at my profile before they followed, or the whole sentiment behind it was like being a mom and being afraid for children. So it's not like a whole different thing, but getting having like a polarizing idea is also like a good way to repurpose, in my opinion. Like, go back, see what videos you talked about, and kind of think about how you could start it with, like, for instance, if I said, let me think of a good example, how to be confident, but then you changed the hook to I would never do these things if I wanted to appear confident. Like, do you think that those types of hooks help? Because I know we're just saying
Mhm.
like all the specifics like don't help, but I think for like just human nature is being nosy almost and like wanting to
Mhm.
know what people have to say. And yeah, those like polarizing things, and it's going viral because people are literally fighting in the comments about it. So, I mean, that's another strategy. Just put
Yeah.
something out there that you know people will comment about.
Yeah, I think in terms of like your viral video and other people, like if they just have random viral videos, I see like that sort of virality as just like if you think of every one of your posts as an experiment for the idea that you are putting out in that post, then one that spurs more controversy or more comments or more engagement is one that you can reuse, because it's probably like a little jackpot that you've hit of something that no one's talked about. Like you've kind of
Mhm.
brought it up and been that voice for it. So if you were to create more on that topic, it would probably do well again or do better than the average post of yours. Not you specifically,
Right.
but like anyone that goes
Yeah.
viral.
Yeah.
And then the question then becomes like, is that something you want to be known for? Or is that a topic you want to keep talking about? And if it's not, you don't have to. Like, you don't, that's something that, like, I also don't see people talk about is like, sometimes there's like stress to going viral. Like, sometimes there's anxiety to it. Like, oh, am I really going to be known for this? Or like, I feel like I need to act fast to keep the momentum going. Or like,
Mhm.
oh my God, I'm going to post again and it's going to flop. And now it like feels worse because I've gotten a lot of views before. So there's a lot of like anxiety around going viral sometimes. And but it's really up to you, like as the person that goes viral, do I want to keep doing this or not? And if I don't, it's okay because at the very least I attracted some number of people, like a small percentage of people that probably found me through my viral videos, saw my other comment or other content, and decided that they still like me for me as a
Yeah.
creator.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really intimidating, and that just goes back to why I am, like, more of a spiritual person. That sounds, like, weird, but it's more I just believe in the energy and that we came from something. So, that
Mm-hmm.
helps me to, like, post, and I think everybody has this different driver behind them, so you don't have to feel the same way I do, but it's the same thing for everybody. I think that there's something you fall back to. So it's like, okay, that happened for a reason. Like, I went viral with that video for a reason, and
Mm-hmm.
I did learn something. So I don't know. It's hard, especially if you're like a new creator, you have no idea like what you're getting yourself into. Going viral is just like that buzzword that like, oh, you need to go
Yeah.
viral or you're not going to have followers, or even like the completely wrong like thought is if you go viral, you're instantly going to have a bunch of followers. Like this is my second account. I had 5,000 over 5,000 followers on another one, but it was because two videos of my dog went viral, of course, and then a video of my son went viral. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I do not want to post my son anymore, and my dog isn't my content. So it was hard to start over, and I'm almost at 500 followers since April. So I feel like that's good. But
Hmm.
first getting into it, I think maybe we can like to kind of close out the hour of talking, whatever there is that we didn't talk about, you can bring up as well. But what would you say to somebody who's like, I'm just getting started, I need a viral video to get traction? Like, what would you tell
Hmm.
that person?
Yeah, I mean, I completely understand that mindset. Like, there was definitely a point where I thought that too. Um, but another reminder is the traction that okay, a couple reminders. Like, you want that traction on a video that you're actually happy about getting that traction with, right? And so, what's more important than getting that traction is figuring out what you want that traction for, right?
Mhm.
So, like, if you don't want traction on dog videos, then don't post dog videos first. I'm not talking to you. I'm just talking like
Yeah,
in
yeah,
general.
yeah.
And like and focus on showcasing, like, for example, for me, I did have a video that got, like, my first video that got traction on the account I have right now wasn't exactly what I wanted. So I stopped posting that, and eventually, like, I started posting more vulnerable things, like more things just talking about myself and like what I'm going through in my journey. And that became one of those videos became the second video that kind of got traction on my account, and that I remember I was so happy with, because I was like, I'm so glad this is getting traction, and that I'm actually talking about myself, because I feel like I've actually created a platform now where I can talk for myself. And that's
Mm,
like something that wouldn't have happened if I was so focused on going viral that I was like doing anything or like trying to trigger people or like whatever it was to get that initial traction. So for that, I understand like the need for it, but also focusing on what it is you actually want to gain traction for is really important. And then second of all, when you get that traction, that doesn't make you a content creator. That doesn't make change your identity. Even if you
right.
get like 20,000 followers from that one viral video, you are still the same person you were beforehand. Maybe there are more eyeballs, maybe you have the ability to get more views easier, but consistency is still something that's going to like that a lot of people will struggle with, like your identity, your voice, how you create your content, like that's not going to change. So focusing on just improving as a content creator and whatever that is for you, like if you talk in your videos, improving on the way you speak, improving on the way you present yourself, improving your like improv skills, if
Mhm.
editing is big for you, improving your editing, like those things, those skills will last a lot longer than the one skill to go viral once, because after you do, you will still have to sustain that. Like there are people with 3 million, 5 million followers on TikTok, and guess what? They still have to post every day. Like, I mean, they don't have to, but like
Mhm.
they do, because that's part of the job.
Right.
And they still create the same as they used to,
Right.
but probably better because they've been doing it for so long.
Yeah. It really does come down to sustainability, and consistency. And I'll bring her up one last time. Tess talks about consistency being showing up the same way every time. Um, Not so much like posting every single day or whatever. Like it's good to have these pillars and post in these pillars, and then but it's more about showing up a certain way. So, I mean, there's so much information. If you're interested in becoming a content creator or starting on TikTok, I think we talked about a lot of things and you probably absorbed a lot of things. And putting one of these things into practice, and like we said, like 1% better or like a little bit better every day, believing in yourself. Like, before I even